For other awesome TCG players and awesome new prices for Pokemon TCG, check out the Pokemon Evolutionaries and other YouTubers in the description, and check out ccgcastle.com.
Hello, Pokemon fans. I'm Dash Ketchum. Welcome to another Pokemon TCG deck profile. And today, I'm going to be showing off the deck I'm going to be playing at Madison Regionals, which is the Sylveon GX deck. This deck is a very annoying deck like Garbodor, but this deck is pretty much a build deck. I really love this deck. I like to play it a lot. This deck isn't really well attacking, but you're milling your opponent, which is pretty darn good. So let's get into this. So we got 4 copies of Eevees to start off with. We're using the one from Sun and Moon Base since it's with the energy evolution, and also it has quick draw, which you could use just in case if you're like Hexmaniac or Garbodor. And you can't use energy evolution, then you could just use quick draw to try to draw a card. And we also got 3 copies of Sylveon GX. So, yep, let's get into Sylveon right here. So, its first attack is Magical Ribbon for 1 Fairy Energy. You search your deck up to 3 cards and bring them to hand, and then shuffle your deck. This is the main attack we're going to be using in the deck. And Fairy Wind, you use not very often, but it can be used just in case if you search the cards you already have, you don't need the others, you're like, nah, I don't need that, so I'm just going to do damage. And also, if you're facing against Giratina, you can just one-shot them even when they have a Fighting Fury Bell on. And also, you know, there's a new GX coming that will have a weakness to Fairy. I'm not saying it because I'm going to make a video with it, with all the new amazing stuff in the set. But its GX move is pretty darn good. Plea GX for 1 energy and a colorless. You put 2 of your opponent's bench Pokemon and all cards attached to into your opponent's hand. There's some good ways you could use this. Let's say you're facing against Yveltal or Mewtwo. Has a bunch of energy on, you Lysander anything out, they use Plea GX and they have all the energy back in their hand, and it takes them a long time to get the energy back. But yeah, Magical Ribbon is the main attack we're going to be using just to search up for stuff. And another searcher, 2 copies of the Princess herself, Tapu Lele. It's mostly for the 1 attack ability. When you place Pokemon from your hand to your bench, you can search your deck for a supporter. But you can use Energy Drive. Energy Drive helped me in a lot of games, which it does 20 damage times the number of energy attached to both active Pokemon. It's a Lugia. It doesn't go through weakness, which is kind of annoying, but it also doesn't go through resistance. So it goes through Darkrai, it goes through, well, I don't really know. Last Pokemon is 1 copy of Comfey. It's for the ability Flower Shield. It's basically that you have the Pokemon that has any fire energy attached to it can't be affected by special conditions, and that's good because Toxapex GX is becoming kind of a big thing right now with the 10 damage counters each turn. So that really saves you from it. Which I'm very happy for my dad to actually think of putting that in. And that does it for the Pokemon lineup. So nothing too special. We don't run Shamans because, you know. But yeah. And so let's get into our supporters. We got 3 copies of In. Obvious reasons. Shuffle your hand into your deck for draws for each of your remaining prize cards. Really helps out well in some situations. We're gonna see this. We're gonna have this card for quite a while now in Standard. Actually, oh wait, that's a black and white promo. Never mind. I was gonna say we're never gonna lose that card because of the black and white promo, but yeah. But hopefully we'll have a reprint of a card with the same effect. We also got 4 copies of Team Flare Grunt. You discard energy attached to the active Pokemon. It could be any energy, just to slow your opponent down. And we also got two copies of Team Rocket Tandywork. Flip 2 coins for each head. Discard the top 2 cards of your opponent's deck. So you get two heads. You can discard the top 4. Discard 1 head. You discard the top 2 and none. You discard none. And we also got 2 copies of Lysander, which we will be seeing. Which we actually, I think. Yeah, we're gonna be losing that card actually because we're losing Ancient Origins, which is pretty sad. But hopefully we'll have a card that gets reprinted like that. I mean, we got Lycanroc, so that's one thing. We also got 1 copy of Team Skullgrunt. Well, your opponent reveals his or her hand, and you discard 3 energies you find there. That really helps out well if you want to slow your opponent down. Let's say you're facing against a Greninja deck. And they can't use their abilities, and they use Professor's Letter, get the 2 energies. You know, it's there, so it gets Team Skull running it away. We also got 3 copies of Delinquent, which you take away a stadium card to play, and your opponent discards 3 cards from their hand. There's some stadiums that are going around like now, like Brooklet Hill, Aether Conservation Paradise, I'm pretty sure. Aether Conservation Area, Paradise Area. But it's mostly familiar opponent too. We also got 1 copy of Hex Maniac, just in case if you're in a situation like Greninja or Decidueye, Vileplume, Decidueplume, you know. Lycanroc, but yeah, Hex Maniac we are also going to be losing, which is pretty sad. And last supporter, 1 copy of Skyla. Now, not like people don't really like Skyla because they think it's just a waste of a supporter, but it's becoming a big thing now because of Tapu Lele. So you search your deck for Skyla, so you can search your deck for an item card you need, like VS Seekers or like Field Blowers or Aqua Patches or whatever you need. But it's a pretty good combo. And that does it for the supporter lineup. Now, I was thinking of putting in Pokemon Fan Club because of Garbodor. But this deck doesn't run any Ultra Balls because of the Energy Evolution. And also, you know, Pokemon Fan Club, I mean, we got Search, so it won't be that hard to get your stuff. But you could get a lot of mulligans from this. I mean, you got 7 basics, which is a good number for basics, I guess. But let's go on to the items. We got 4 copies of VS Seeker. Put a support card for your discard pile into your hand. As long as they come back in Burning Shadows, we are losing this card, which is pretty darn sad, since if VS Seeker's gone, there's no way to get our supporters back. But we also got 4 copies of Max Potion, which is used in a lot of... I used this in a lot of awesome times, okay? Like, let me tell you something right now. When me and Chauncey were playing, he was playing as an Alone Ninetales deck. I paralleled see the way it would decrease his damage. He kept using his first attack, that was 50, and then he would do it for 160, but he does 140 because of the Parallel City, and I have 10 health left. They keep using Max Potion, which made him quite upset, but it was also really fun. We also got 3 copies of Crushing Hammer. You flip a coin of heads, you discard an energy attached to one of your opponent's Pokemon. Another way to mill your opponents. We also got 2 copies of Enhanced Hammer. Discard special energy attached to one of your opponent's Pokemon. Which, there's a couple of special... DC is kind of running around in a few decks. We also got 1 copy of Field Blower. Amazing card. You choose up to 2 Pokemon tools or stadiums in play. Pokemon tool card and stadiums in play and discard them. Yeah, but it helps out well. That card, that destroys the Breakpoint Garbodor. So, if you're racing against Breakpoint Garbodor and you have that Field Blower in your hand, you're safe. You are pretty much safe. We also got 4 copies of Puzzle of Time. If you play it once, you look at the top 3 cards of your deck. But if you play it twice, you put 2 cards from your discard pile into your hand. It works out well if you need Veil Seeker, Max Potion, Crushing Hammer, your Sylveons or anything, Comfy. It helps out well in a lot of situations. But that does it for the items. So let's go on to the stadiums. We got 1 copy of Silent Lab, 1 copy of Parallel City, and 1 copy of Fairy Garden. Now, Silent Lab helps out well just in case if you're wanting to stop your opponent playing Tapu Leles or Shamans. And also helps out well in case if you're faced against... let me think. It could work out well against Tapu Koko, which it's kind of becoming a thing right now. Let's see. I guess that's pretty much it. Yeah. Well, there's Oricorios, which aren't a big thing, but they're in a couple of decks. But Silent Lab kind of helps out well. Oh yeah, Manaphy EX to stop them. Yeah, but that's for Silent Lab. Parallel City, if you want to decrease the damage of one of your opponent's Pokemon, or you can make your opponent shorten out their bench. That's the way you do it. As I said before, the Ninetales with this, it really helped out well. And Fairy Garden, just in case if you're in a bad situation, like, let's say you got hit by Garbodor for 180. You're willing to risk Max Potion, but then you're going to get one-shotted. So, the best thing to do is use Fairy Garden, retreat into either another Sylveon, and then, you know, try to live with it. And now let's go on to the energy. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 fairy energies. It seems pretty high, but in this deck you're gonna need it because of a lot of reasons. Because you need to use energy evolution right away. Oh, by the way, about if you're playing this deck, you have to go second. Like, you have to go second because use energy evolution, you could automatically use magical ribbon, so you have to go second. And, you know, just in case, yeah, and also you could attach it to that. Do 200 if you want, or more if there's energy attached to active. And last, 2 copies of Double Colorless. Got the beautiful shiny one, yeah. But, yeah, just in case, because you're going to use Pokémon GX sometimes, you can use Tapu Lele. Fairy one, you don't use very often, but you can. But, anyway, guys, that does it for the deck profile. Hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like and comment if you did. I will be playing this deck at Regionals, the Madison Regionals. I will be making a video. I will be leaving on June 2nd. It will be on June 3rd. Hopefully, I'll make top 32. If I do, I get to go on the 4th. And, yeah, Chauncey is also coming with us, so that's a good thing. So, hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like and comment if you did. And I will see you all next time. Goodbye. Bye.